So this channel likes to upload Simpsons clips by sticking a camera in front of the TV. Surprisingly, the quality is pretty good. Sadly, he hasn't uploaded anything in 3 years, so his channel somewhat fell under obscurity. So there's a lot of dub channels I can name off that were incredibly popular back in the early days of YouTube. So first off, there was Mock Jack, who was well known for his SpongeBob dubs, especially with his infamous Michael Jackson 3.1 dub. But I'll talk about him later. There's also Mr. Dub World, that was another one I happen to remember. He had this SpongeBob dubbed parody of the episode Hall Monitor, although it's partially lost. Also, there was a Sonic X abridged parody. I remember it had a poorly sung intro that went something like this.
Gotta go faster, 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 faster. I don't want to sing this shit. Ooh, Sonic X.
I also recall a scene where Chuck, the grandpa, makes an inappropriate movement at Chris, his grandson, which led him to ending up breaking his back. Overall, the whole dub series had a lot of dark humor, but I can't seem to find it anywhere, so my guess is it's lost. I'm sure I'm missing some obscure ones. There are a ton of them I can name off. Sadly, a lot of these abridged dubs are either lost or there's a chance that we may never see them again. I think this website is commonly known, but there are a lot of obscure videos out there. Going into the site, you'll commonly find a bunch of real estate videos or some other random family clips out there. It takes a bit of digging to find all the good stuff, but it requires a lot of patience and dedication. You guys should give this site a try. You might find something interesting. So Ren Adams is pretty popular when it comes to body swapping content, but she hasn't been active as of recently. However, some of her videos were once blocked by paywall, and it was pretty hard to watch her well-known videos at one point. At least it wasn't paid subscriptions. Remember that? Anyways, nowadays you can watch her videos, but whether she'll come back or not is entirely up to her. So this video is only mentioned by Dylan the Night Owl and Mudhar, but there's no information about the video or why it was uploaded. But it's pretty much one of those creepy videos you usually find on the internet. They only uploaded one thing, so it also has fake gore, so if you can't handle that kind of content, I advise you not to watch it. So this is a rare obscure RPG game that's pretty hard to find. Researching it on Google gives little to no results, but you can find the gameplay on Dylan's Iceberg video. I'll post it in the description. Check it out. So this originated on a 4chan thread, and it's also another obscure indie game. It's pretty rare though. There are a lot of obscure games out there. Nothing else to add here. So with all the TV bumpers and foreign dubs getting rediscovered, there's still a lot of obscure content that's still missing to this day. And for all we know, it's hidden in the deep depths of the web. For example, I remember when I helped find one of Spaceship Awesome's videos in a Chinese video sharing site. As for YouTube itself, finding an obscure video is interesting because it's something that not that's not commonly found, but if you have any undiscovered content story, I'd like to hear them. Okay, this video is weird. The original video had millions of views, but it's been taken down for unknown reasons. The reaction video also had millions of views at one point, 6.5 million views to be exact, but for whatever reason, it was also taken down. Luckily, it was re-uploaded by the original reactor, but it doesn't even come close to 1,000 views. At the time of making this video, it doesn't come close. This video does have a re-upload. It was originally uploaded in 2009, so that will explain the terrible video quality. This video is interesting in itself. Basically, the two elder ladies pass through the gate, and the guys in the video are shocked to see that the ladies would actually take the risk of crossing the entrance. The video ends with a shot of the camel driver driving fast on the dirt road, chasing after the ladies. Whether the video is fake or not is really up to you, but I'm just surprised that this video doesn't get mentioned much in investigation channels. Speaking of channels, there's a lot of hacked channels happening around the site, and it could really happen to anyone. Like that one time, Markiplier was hacked by Rmine Team. The keyboard cat also getting hacked at one point, and even smaller YouTubers like Strange MP4 and Real Kevin getting their channels hacked. Hopefully YouTube will have a better system for this. Also known as Clever Clover Productions, this guy is well known among the YTP community. He's also known for his Doodle Tunes cartoon. I don't remember what happened to him. I believe he wanted to retire, but there may have been some controversy too. I can't confirm that, but at least he's doing well now. He's on Twitter and he's still doing commissions, so yeah. This channel was popular back in 2015 when the whole I Hate Everything drama happened with Derek Savage. However, not only did the channel fall under obscurity, the channel was also taken down because of private reasons. The channel owner is still around, although he's not as active as before. You can still find his archives on the Wayback Machine. So this game doesn't get mentioned much. So there's a collection of 5 games from a rare Windows 98 game published by Pinball Games Ltd. that can't be found in any of the following pinball games. I remember finding this game in a 98-cent store, and there are still copies of it available, but it's hard to come by. I recommend giving this game a shot to any pinball fan out there, if you can really get it. It's really enjoyable. There's even a helpful tutorial that helps install any Windows game from that era to Windows 10. I'll leave a link in the description. So I'm just gonna repeat what it says here. What's Wrong is a infamous internet screamer which was first published in 2001. It's rumored that it originated from TechZone or winterroud.com. The animation itself disguises as a normal stock photo of a dining room, depicting an open window, table, chairs, paintings, and flowers. The person is asked to find something wrong with it. However, there's no actual errors in it, and about 30 seconds right after, the screen cuts to an inverted picture of an eyeless woman with a wide mouth accompanied by audio of a man screaming. The animation repeats itself afterward. The screamer face originated from Getty Images Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of interesting obscure screamers in this video. But good news, I won't add the jump scares because I'm not that mean. People always do that all the time, it's not funny. Cute SWF was a flash animation made by SpareTech, now known as Zero Xenon. I don't even know what that is. It shows a stock photo of a cute cat, but right after 7 seconds, the screen cuts to a close-up of the picture from the face of What's Wrong, in yellow, accompanied by a loud scream from Sonic.exe. Really? The animation then restarts. It is intended to be sent as a prank. While the flash animation is currently gone from Anki's WF, what? It can still be found in the Wayback Machine. One thing I want to add, Sonic.exe is not that scary. Like seriously? Who thinks it's 2021? Who finds Sonic.exe scary? That's really dumb. No offense, but it's not really that scary. So there's this weird found footage VHS, and there's not much information about this. There's even a weird website selling this video. Supposedly, it has cult in the description, so unless anyone wants to take the risk and see what this video cassette contains, we may never know what's in this VHS. This would be an interesting topic for Plagued Moth, but I don't know if he takes requests. This detective show is so obscure, it actually has fans. The series was cancelled after 10 episodes, so I doubt it's gonna come back. It's an interesting show though. So my guess is that you have to compare both photos, but around the 20 second mark, a vampire screamer pops out. Right after that, they actually have the nerve to have the SpongeBob laugh. It's really insulting. So I'm gonna count this as a content. My guess is that the early days of YouTube to nowadays, there used to be a lot of spammed comments, like "This is Bob," and the recent comments like "Logan." However, there used to be a screamer comment where it tricked you to click the read more link. Clicking on it, there's this jump scare video that you're directed to, and yeah. So this is actually an interesting topic. If you're a fan of Maroon 5, they used to be called Kara's Flowers, which is an LA band that existed in the late 1990s. There was a YouTube channel that's currently archiving any missing or obscure song from both Kara and Maroon 5. I recommend giving this a look, it's very interesting. So there are these terrible bootleg games that are made for the GBA. Despite their terrible programming and gameplay, YouTuber Razor and Xenon somehow managed to beat this game. I do remember this one channel existing, trying to punish this game, which basically went like this. My guess is that he was banned for begging for money for a game console, which I remember being one of his uploads. Other than that, these games aren't good. So I recently noticed this on Mutahar's channel. Doing a bit of research, he was the co-host when they first started Some Ordinary Gamers, even having a channel at one point, which is the reason why he would usually leave a link in his earlier videos. I don't know why Zahid deleted his channel, and Mutahar doesn't know what happened to him either, but he did do a few collaborations with smaller channels. Besides some Wayback Machine archives, there's nothing much to add here. So he was well known for his rants back in the early days of YouTube. Nowadays, he's no longer posting in his channel, despite being active on Twitter. There's a lot of speculation why he's no longer posting. Supposedly, one of the reasons is because of the current state of YouTube. Other than that, I hope he's alright. So this is a lost video that once existed on YouTube. Although I can't prove that this parody commercial once existed, I might know where the audio originated. So regardless on how you feel about Dane Cook, I believe that he may have done a Pop-Tart skit at one point. While I can't confirm the existence, it could help confirm the existence of the video. If you're curious on what the video is about, basically it's a crude animation parodying the Pop-Tart commercials. It goes something like this.
What the heck? Hey, dude, why are you doing this?
You're crazy, good.
Oh, that makes sense, except you shot my kid down for no reason.
Dude, I just explained it to you. You're crazy, good.
Well, you're crazy, Dad.
So I talked about this guy earlier, and he was well known for his Michael Jackson 3.1 dub, alongside his other SpongeBob dubs. He was popular back in the early days of YouTube, so not a lot of people know about him. His other channel is still up though, so while most of his dubs are lost to this day, the only update I can give you is he's moved on, so nothing much to add here. So I'm gonna be drawing a diagram to show you guys what I'm talking about. Hopefully those who grew up playing Java Minecraft in between 2010 and 2015 know what I'm talking about. So I remember playing this minigame on Minecraft Java. I believe it was on a large server, possibly Hypixel or Mineplex, maybe Hive MC. It had to be on a old server, but so basically this minigame was fun because let me describe this minigame. So you're either put on a boat or on a castle. If you're on the boat, you have to cross the bridge by gathering materials on the ship, and if you're on the castle, you have to defend it somehow. Those on the boat had to raid the castle once you gather enough materials to make the bridge and make it over. The biggest obstacle in this game was the exploding eggs. And I also remember at one point the server, the entire server was incredibly glitchy, so there were ways you could bypass the bridge with ease, and you could also destroy the blocks. So anyone else remember this game? There were actually hundreds of players playing this game, so hopefully someone else remembers what I'm talking about. I can't believe I forgot to add this in my iceberg, but Archimedes 123 was a small YouTube video game channel that talked about the theories, games, and other random topics. He's well known for his Professor Farnsworth avatar. Doing a bit of research, my theory is that he's possibly streaming as this guy. Who's a streamer that's still active to this day. And there's even a subreddit dedicated to him, although it looks abandoned. All I can say about this is, I really hope he comes back someday. BuscaTube was a Spanish video sharing site that connected with other sites, like YouTube and Google Videos. I do remember watching several videos there, and right now, it's a music search engine site, although it looks really sketchy, so I don't really trust it. Also, I'm surprised that it's been archived to this day. I guess I'm not the only one who remembers the site. Little to no information exists about the old site, besides screenshots and Wayback Machine archives. But if there was a way to upload videos there, it's pretty much lost to this day. Other than that, I'm kinda surprised a few people remember the site. Moving on. So a lot of people are talking about the disappearance of Shima Luan, but hardly anyone ever mentions Pipe Attack. Back when Danger Dolan rebranded his channel to Planet Dolan, he brought on a few new characters to narrate his videos. One of them was Pipe Attack. In Scaretear's Shima Luan's disappearance analysis, Hellbent mentions in a comment that he has no idea what happened to that dude. So to this day, no one knows what happened to him, or there's not even an update for him. It would be interesting if anyone made a video on him, but other than that, his disappearance is a mystery. This is another show that I happen to remember by. This is one of my other personal experiences. Beyond Twisted is a 2009 Fox show that was created by Harvey Levin Productions. When it first aired, it was popular with audiences. The show was basically a dude, I think his name was Adam Bobrow, showing random funny online videos to random people and getting their genuine reactions. However, when more episodes aired, the host was replaced with two other hosts, which viewers seemed to hate. Pretty much to the point that they would actually read hate mail on air, like they actually had the nerve to read the mail, and pretty much he would insult viewers because of it. It's really insulting, but no screenshots or episodes exist online, and little to no information exists besides a few websites talking about it. It's really such a shame that no one ever mentions this show, despite having the viewers back then. Hopefully someone has a copy of any episode archived somewhere. So this channel reminds me of WebDriver Torso. Except they upload HC sounds. Why? I honestly have no idea, but keep in mind that some videos aren't the correct frequency, so I do have to warn those who have sensitive hearing, or pretty much are sensitive to buzzing noises, but I don't remember how exactly I came across this channel, but it's weird regardless. I do recommend checking it out though. It's an interesting rabbit hole to watch. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of old content out there that I happen to remember. So Modern Sonic Spectacular Hanukkah was a 10-part dub that parodied the game Sonic Generations in a crude way. I also had to add, I'm kind of glad Rhythm Rev reminded me of this video or this series. Anyways, basically it was aimed for those who like dark humor, and it was created by a YouTuber called Oblivion709 that went off and created other dubs. One, I do believe there was a Sonic dub at one point that had Moogie Mikey in it, but I can't confirm unless the video does exist. But because the videos are lost, we'll never know. But I do remember Shadow759 being one of the voice actors for Shadow. But that's pretty much it. It's really a shame that the series fell under obscurity. Wish someone else would have re-uploaded the other parts besides part 7. There is a small clippage from part 6.5, but as Cybershell always says,
here's a direct, personal message to you specifically, the person watching this video. If you see an internet video you really like and you theoretically might want to watch it again someday, you should download it. Don't just assume it'll be there forever, that somebody else will do it. Anything can be taken down at any time for any reason. And the only guarantee you'll ever be able to watch something again is if you literally have it backed up to your hard drive. If you don't know how to download YouTube videos, don't worry, it's simple. Just go to www.google.com and figure it out.
So remember when Game Theory gained popularity? My guess is that this channel tried to mimic his format, but in a creative sort of way. It's really a shame they haven't uploaded anything since then, since the Sonic video though. It would have been a promising channel, but to this day the channel is abandoned. I tried to check any updates on the channel, the people running it, and all their social media accounts and Twitch channels are inactive, so yeah. This is a weird channel. So they uploaded a few found footage videos and they pretty much disappeared for 5 years. They recently made a podcast, only after 3 episodes. They seem to have abandoned the idea. Although recently they made episode 5, but I'm not sure if Matt himself made the podcast. There isn't any reviews either, so my guess is the podcast is obscure itself. I wouldn't know. As for the channel itself, it's pretty much typical found footage format, and some of the videos are actually creepy and disturbing. But overall, it's pretty much a generic channel. I'm gonna have to add a warning here, and I would not recommend watching episode 1, because kind of disturbing if you're sensitive to yeah, I wouldn't recommend watching it. But I'm gonna add one more thing here, and this channel also had a website at one point, and despite being archived, the website itself is a mystery. So I have no idea what's in the website or why it's still in the description. But moving on. So this channel existed between 2013 and to 2015, and it used to be called Fatal Accidents when they first started, but they're mostly known as Raw Leaks. They used to upload a lot of gore content and car accident videos, but the channel was terminated because of that, and there used to be another channel that re-uploaded the videos from Raw Leaks. However, the channel was also terminated because of it. The channel owner is still around though, and he did mention that he would create a new channel. But because of YouTube's guidelines and all that, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Ron.com was a shock site that was active between 1996 to 2012. Basically, it was like Bestcore, but it included more messed up pictures and videos and such. It was actually the first shock website on the internet, so I do have to add that while the site is down, there are copy websites out there, so if you're curious, I wouldn't recommend those to the faint of heart. So looking at this website, it kinda looks like early YouTube, but instead of nostalgia, it's a site where people upload videos and games of screamers and jump scares. Although the site is no longer active, you can still find archives in the Wayback Machine. Moving on. Yeah, this is basically like Hub, but except they're well known for their videos. One of the scariest videos out there, which is considered lost media now. Fun fact, there actually are reaction channels out there, although supposedly they're fake, but I won't know. The reactions itself are very interesting, so it kind of reminds me of the reactions to Two Girls, One Cup, and other kind of messed up reactions out there. So yeah, nothing much to add here. So I saw this on the Lost Media Wiki Discord, and it's very interesting. Basically, it's a book that talks about the lesser-known films from the 50s that's possibly lost. Nothing much more to say since I don't have a copy with me. So this isn't the Super Mario bloopers you're thinking about. Yeah, so this is another jump scare video that exists on YouTube and the Newgrounds. I remember, it's kind of like one of those like Mario blooper videos from the late 2000s and early 2010s. But, except it has a jump scare at the midpoint, which shows the pictures from Saw 3 for some reason. Nothing much else to say here. Okay, so remember earlier when I mentioned I helped found one of Spaceship Awesome's videos earlier? So this is one of the websites I happened to find. Except when I saved it on my bookmarks, I went to check it again recently and it's no longer up. So basically this is a Chinese video sharing site. It's kind of like YouTube, it's aimed for Chinese viewers. I can't really say much more about it, but I do remember the time I tried to check any other lost media out there, but there's no luck. But look at the bright side. With a little search and effort, there's a possible chance that we may be able to find lost media out there in the deepest parts of the web. And so that is the obscure media iceberg that I can pretty much find and research. But I just wanted to bring up the ones that pretty much interest me, and hopefully you guys will be able to remember, and it might be interesting to you guys too. If you actually have some obscure media that you want to bring up and that's either lost or found, I'd like to hear it. Feel free to share it in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a great day.